Good rising, Black Feniks checking in. Right now, I am inside of the HogOn University, and I wanted to talk to you about something that really hit my mind as of yesterday. Being born a king and dying upon, or as I say in the stated in the title of the video, born a king, died upon. And I know you're probably wondering, what do I mean by that? We as a people, we are born into royalty. Our bloodline is royalty. Our bloodline is greatness. But if you don't know who you are and you let someone else control your game, your life, you'll end up dying upon just a piece a disposable piece on the board for those who play checkers, I mean chess. Because the game is chess and not checkers. It's a completely different ideology when we're living life and we're trying to find our purpose, know who we are, know where we come from, our history, our creed, our ancestors who died here. You really have to humble yourself and deprogram yourself of all the information you have received that was wrong, negative, oppressive, misleading, and rebuild you a new structure. Because the essence of you is royalty. You are born a king. You just don't know it. And I remember reading this scripture that says, a person can be born into the kingdom and lose it. And then there's a person that's born like a slave or prisoner and rises up and rules the nation. I'm just paraphrasing this. And if we think about it, we think about how a lot of us don't know who we are. We know what we like, we know what we want, but we don't know who we are. We know what someone else told us, the name that was given us, the relative that's connected to you, but that's not you. Your family is not you. You know what I mean? Your bloodline completely is you, but just your family that you think, oh, this is family, that don't mean that's you. You know, we all have to go on an individual journey to find who we are, and finding who you are is very valuable because if you don't, you can die trying to be someone else, or die not living your position, not being the king you're supposed to be on the board instead of a pawn. You know what I mean? I just want to say that being a black man in America, we are kings. Being black people, we are kings and queens in America. But our descendants in America were slaves, oppressed. We know from history. We know from history that it was never meant for us to be free in America. So I think that we have to really pay attention to what's going on and stop being watered down with being Americanized. A lot of people are Americanized. The military Americanized a lot of people. That system. It literally it makes a person into who they want them to be. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? But you're no longer you. It even says on the paper for those who go in and they do different deals and run different tests, you are property of the United States government. You're not a person. You don't own yourself no more. And they'll brainwash you and put all this information in you to fight their battles. Now, when you think about that, you think of being a king and a pawn. You got some people that understands that they're doing this for a bigger good, and you got some people that's blindly thinking they doing this to really help someone when they see what the system is. So I really think that it's something that's based on the individual when it comes to partaking in the system and really knowing what's going on in the system, because the full design isn't for us. But we have to wake up literally and like come to peace with who we are, like who we are as kings and queens, like our royalty, like programming our brains. Like it's a lot of work for them, and I think that's why it's not real attractive. You know, it's attractive to throw up the fist. It's attractive to say Black Lives Matter, but it isn't attractive to actually do the groundwork, the physical groundwork, teaching, educating, getting your hands dirty, building more people to go out to build the infrastructure, to change things, to gain their independence. That's not something everybody want to do. But when it comes to the image and the look, everybody want the image. Everybody want to be known for a nonprofit, known for helping somebody. But are they really doing any help? Are they really doing anything for real other than wanting that attention? You know what I mean? And I think we get caught up in that, and getting caught up in that attention and getting caught up in that vainness of not knowing what true success looks like, or knowing what it is. We'll settle for a duplicate, and it's not even pure. You know what I mean? Like we're trading our kingship for to be pawns, to drive around in cars. You know what I mean? Stuff that man made that will most definitely fail us. You know what I mean? So it's Memorial Day weekend. I've been reflecting on life and death. People you lost, people you love, people you won't see again, people you remember. And everybody passed. You hear stories. Everybody died different. I was listening to my cousin talk about his dad, and he wished he would have had more time with his dad, but he still love him though. You know, the few good things he do remember, his dad came through for him, even though he spent a lot of time locked up and doing his own thing. The times he needed his dad the most, his dad showed up. And as a grown man, he's 40 something now. He was telling me stories on how he still remember. He have his dad ashes, actually. He put his dad ashes in a firm and a real one. And he was like, you know, nobody else want to put my dad on a pedestal, but I'm going to. I'm here. I'm the last of him. So, you know, I get his concept. And regardless of what was going on, you know, his goal is to make that name better, you know, better than what it was, or be a little piece of what his dad was. You know what I mean? And I just think, man, that as grown man, we have to know the difference from a positive influence and a negative influence. Know the difference of who we want to be versus who we are. And family, I can't say that this process is going to take you some time. Like it's not going to be easy to reprogram yourself from being a pawn when you're a king all the time. To think like that. Certain things you'll have to stop doing. You're going to stop doing. You're going to switch some things up. But being a part of this Big Brother Anonymous mentor group has opened my eyes to some things as well. Because the reality of it is all about consistency. Consistency of helping these kids. They see in your face. They seeing that you're not around for no check. You really want to help them. You want to give what you can give. You know, you want to talk, encourage, whatever you can do. But it's not about the money with them. We're trying to build something bigger. We all know we need money to survive and maintain and live. And yeah, it is what it is. We understand that. And we also understand that being a fist, we're stronger. You know, and I'll think about the 5 trades: welder, plumber, electrician, carpenter, and HVAC. That's a fist, bro. Like if we can get all of that and we can produce all of them to produce other engineers and other designers and other things, but we can produce the infrastructure. That's the main thing that runs the country, the infrastructure. So being kings, I think that's the main thing we need to work on. Building the infrastructure, building a team that we can build our own infrastructure, like the Black Wall Street did. It took them like 15 years to build it up. And it started just with 40 acres. And they built it up and made it what it was. And then, history, you see who own it now. You see what happened now. And it's crazy that it can be up, it can be said, and they still running it. Ain't nobody going over there taking it from and giving it to the descendants of the black people that died in Tulsa. They're not doing that. You know what I mean? But they bombed it and took their land. Took it. You know what I'm saying? Took it, man. This is America. Like, we still going through this stuff today. So we have to realize that if you don't stand for something, family, you're gonna go for anything. And one thing I want you to stand on, being a black man, a black youth, you're a king. My sisters, you're queens. Know who you are. Find out who you are, what your purpose is, and live it. Don't let nobody turn you into no pawn. Live out your destiny. Hold on.